So, you've heard whispers about this magical place in the middle of the Atlantic where volcanoes meet vineyards, hydrangeas bloom like it's a botanical Olympics, and cows outnumber people. Welcome to the Azores, Portugal's best-kept secret that somehow still hasn't been overrun by selfie stick-wielding hordes. Yet. If you're dreaming of Iceland vibes without Iceland prices, or if Hawaii and Ireland had a baby raised by a geologist, this archipelago is calling. But hold on. Before you book that flight and start brushing up on your Portuguese, let's make sure you actually know what you're getting into. Because this ain't the Algarve, and it definitely isn't Madeira Light. What even are the Azores? The Azores are a group of 9 volcanic islands floating in the North Atlantic Ocean, about 1,500 kilometers west of Lisbon. Politically, they belong to Portugal. Geologically, they belong to the gods of fire and mist. Spread across 3 island groups, Eastern, Central, and Western, each island has its own unique flavor. Think of it as a tasting flight of epic landscapes. You've got crater lakes, lava tubes, geothermal springs, and cliffside pastures that'll make you want to write poetry. Bad poetry, probably. But still. Island hopping, Azorean style. Let's get one thing straight. You're not going to see all 9 islands in one trip, unless you have unlimited time, an iron stomach, and the teleportation powers of Doctor Strange. Most travelers stick to São Miguel, the largest and easiest to reach. But don't sleep on Pico, Terceira, or Faial, if you've got a bit more time and a good windbreaker. São Miguel, the Green Giant. Start with São Miguel. It's the gateway to the Azores and honestly feels like the love child of Scotland and Jurassic Park. It's lush, it's rugged, and it smells faintly of sulfur thanks to all the geothermal activity. First stop, Sete Cidades. No, not the mythical city of gold. This one's real. And it comes with twin crater lakes, one blue, one green. Legend says they were formed by the tears of star-crossed lovers. Reality says volcanic eruption. Either way, the view from Vista do Rei Lookout will fry your brain in the best way. Don't miss Furnace, a town where the earth literally cooks your lunch. Locals bury pots of cozido, a meaty stew, in steaming geothermal holes for hours. It's the original slow cooker, and it tastes like molten heaven. Want some hot tub action? Poça da Dona Baixa is a series of natural thermal pools surrounded by tropical foliage. Picture yourself soaking in 38 degrees Celsius water while mist curls around you and birds chirp in fluent Portuguese. Driving or drowning? Transport tips. Let's talk logistics. Renting a car is a must on most islands. Public transport exists, but it's, let's call it, quaint. Roads are well maintained, but they're narrow and winding, with scenery so distracting you'll forget you're supposed to watch the road. Cows often block traffic. They're not aggressive, just passive-aggressive. On Sao Miguel, driving from Ponta Delgada, the capital, to the Far East takes around 2 hours, but you'll stop 17 times for waterfalls, viewpoints, and spontaneous cow photo shoots. Speaking of which, hydrangeas, cows, and everything. Wow! In summer, hydrangeas bloom everywhere. Roadside, cliffside, probably inside your rental car if you leave the windows open too long. The Azores' volcanic soil and mild climate make for plant life so absurdly lush, it feels like you're stuck inside a Bob Ross painting. And then there are the cows. Azorean dairy is a big deal. You'll see grazing cows perched at impossible angles on green hills, chewing lazily while watching over the Atlantic like bovine lifeguards. The cheese? Divine. The butter? Practically illegal in its richness. Even the ice cream is worth writing home about. Cultural nuggets you should know. Portuguese is the official language, but you'll find English widely spoken, especially among younger locals and anyone who's ever served coffee to a tourist. Still, toss around a few phrases like obrigado, thank you, or bom dia, good morning, and you'll get smiles for days. Azoreans are incredibly warm and welcoming, but also laid back to the point where you might wonder if time has a different meaning here. Spoiler, it does. You're on island time now. Embrace it. Loving this beginner-friendly Azores deep dive? If you want to visit the Azores but have no idea where to go, check out our video on the Ultimate Azores Travel Guide. You'll discover everything you need to know about the Azores before you visit. But back to the islands. Terceira. Purple doors and party vibes. If São Miguel is the lush older sibling, Terceira is the artsy extrovert who once went to Lisbon and came back with opinions. Its main city, Angra do Heroísmo, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site with pastel buildings, cobbled streets, and one of the prettiest town squares you'll ever Instagram. Terceira's volcanic center, Algar do Carvão, is one of the few places on Earth where you can walk inside an extinct volcano. It's less terrifying than it sounds and far more beautiful. Think cathedral-sized caverns, stalactites, and moss-covered walls that practically glow in the dark. But the real showstopper, the people. Terceira is known for its festivals. From running of the bulls, yes really, to island-wide street parties, this is the island where something's always going on. Pico, the mountain and the Merlot. Next, meet Pico, home to Portugal's highest mountain and possibly the world's most underrated wine. The island is dominated by Mount Pico, a perfect volcanic cone that dares hikers to scale its 2,351 meters. The climb isn't easy, but the bragging rights? Chef's kiss. Even if you're not into summiting volcanoes before breakfast, Pico's black lava vineyards are a UNESCO-protected wonder. Vines grow between stone walls designed to protect them from salty winds. And the result? Crisp, minerally white wines that taste like summer with a hint of magma. Hop over to nearby Fale for marina-side cafes, or sail across to São Jorge for cheese tasting and some of the most dramatic coastline hiking in the Azores. These central islands are easily connected by ferry and make for a killer combo if you've got more than a week. When to go and what to pack. The Azores are a year-round destination, but the best time to visit is May through October. July and August bring the brightest flowers, warmest temps, and the most frequent whale sightings, but also higher prices and a few more tourists. Spring is underrated. Waterfalls are gushing, crowds are minimal, and you might score a geothermal hot spring all to yourself. Just know the weather is famously unpredictable. You can experience all 4 seasons in one afternoon. The locals have a saying, if you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. So pack layers. Bring a rain jacket, hiking shoes, swimwear, and something to wear while eating your weight in fresh seafood. Trust me, you're going to need room for both literal and metaphorical flexibility. Food worth flying for. Let's not forget the food. From lapas, grilled limpets with garlic and lemon, to octopus stews and endless variations of fresh fish, the Azores are a pescatarian's dream. In Sao Miguel, try the cozido from Furnas. In Pico, the tuna is so fresh it might still be doing laps in the harbor. And everywhere, cheese, wine, and bolo levido. Rinse and repeat. Also worth trying. Pineapple from local greenhouses, sweeter than anything you've had. And passion fruit in every dessert known to man. The only downside is you'll never look at your supermarket produce the same way again. A few parting tips for first-timers. Yes, you'll need a rental car. Yes, you should book it early, especially in peak season. Gas stations can be sparse on smaller islands, so fill up when you can. Internet is decent in most towns but spotty in rural areas. Embrace the digital detox. Or at least pretend to. Bring cash, especially for rural eateries and roadside stands selling homemade liqueurs, jams, and cheese. You will want them all. And finally, relax. The Azores aren't about rushing from place to place. They're They're about slowing down, soaking it in, and letting nature do all the talking. Preferably from a cliffside viewpoint with cheese in one hand and wine in the other. Still thinking, wait, how have I never heard of this place before? That's the magic of the Azores. It's Europe's last truly underrated destination, and once you visit, you'll simultaneously want to tell everyone about it and keep it all to yourself. Now go ahead and drop a comment with the island you're most excited to visit, or the one you're pretending not to Google right now. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready to start planning your next adventure. Whether it's an island escape or a coast-hugging road trip, we've got you covered.